Alright, how are we doing? So, today we're going to be talking about the 5 basic tips every beginner has to be aware of before getting into the market. Come with me into the video. So the first thing that we're going to be talking about is understanding that the forex market is not a get-rich quick scheme, but a skill set that needs to be learned. And now we understand that the forex market is a high-performance skill set, just like medicine, like engineering, like law, like aviation. These skill sets take time. They take months, years to master before you become a professional in it. But most people come into the forex market with the understanding that after 1 month of learning, they can replicate millions that someone else who has been in the market for 8 years has been doing. That ideology is very wrong, and you need to set your mind straight when coming into the market. The second thing that we need to be aware of is that when you are going into the forex market, risk management saves you. Risk management saves you. So many people undermine the necessity of risk management. What is risk management? Risk management simply means the ability for you to partition your money into smaller pieces and go into the market in those small pieces. Meaning, instead of you going in with a full chunk of $1,000, you break it into 10 pieces, which is $100 each. And with those $100, you take 10 different trades. Many people know that probability playing out, you can't lose 10 trades as a role, and you cannot win 10 trades as a role. If probability should play out properly and effectively, you can have a win to lose rate of 5 to 5, 4 to 6, 3 to 7. But nonetheless, you can never be wrong all through and you can never right all through. With this understanding, you get to stay in the game longer than you normally would by risking just once. So many people fail to understand the necessity of this. That is why every now and then we see blown accounts. People saying, oh, I lost my money. People taking signals and losing money off signals. It's not because the signals are wrong, no, but because there is poor use of risk management. Most people risk as high as 30%, 40% on one single position because XYZ mentor called the trade. That is very wrong. That is very wrong. You should never risk that much money or that much percentage of your account on any single trade, because no matter how good a setup is, it can go bad. Nothing is defined, nothing is certain in the market. Past profit does not guarantee future results. So you could make money yesterday and come into the market today and lose everything. It doesn't guarantee future results. Understand this. The simple truth is, a profitable strategy in the hands of someone who doesn't know how to apply proper risk management automatically turns to a losing strategy. I take that again. A profitable strategy in the hands of one who doesn't know how to apply proper risk management automatically turns towards a losing strategy. Alright, so that's what the number 3 is on the list, which is the market owes you nothing. Now, understand that when you go into the forex market or when you start trading, don't ever believe that at some point, because of how much time you've devoted into the crafts or the skillmanship, the market is required to pay you or to give you. No, it's not like the regular 95 whereby most of us have this ideology because of when we're used to 95 is when we work for about 30 days, we get paid something, and which is what, in quote and in quotes, equivalent for the hours we spent on the job. But the market is different. You could work 30 days and not earn anything. You could work just a day and make more than anyone who worked a full year. Do you understand? Not me saying the forex market is easy, but I'm saying with the right skill, with the right cycle, with the right mentorship, you can achieve really great results at the end of the day. But now, do not for any reason think that the market is mandated to pay you a penny. If the market gives you any amount of money, it is left to you as a trader to either take that money and go, or you let the market take it back from you. I've seen scenarios of traders make money and lose everything back into the market because they believe the market owes them a certain risk to reward, which is wrong. Yes, a risk to reward is a good system, but listen, there's sometimes when you need to pay attention to what the market structure. What is the market printing out at the moment? Is it looking like a reversal from your profit level? If yes, take what it has given you and go away. Do not demand profit from the market when it's looking to reverse. And do not expect the market to turn from a losing position into a winning position. Don't do that. That is what kills a lot of traders. That kills so many traders in the market. They are either expecting a losing position to go into a winning one, or they expect a winning position to keep on running forever. No. The market moves from phases to phases, from stage to stage. And when it's done with a particular cycle, it reverses. If you are not smart enough to know when it's about to reverse, you can end up losing all the profit you made back into the market. So this is the number 3 key points you need to pay attention to going into the forex market. The first we mentioned was the forex is a skill set that requires what? Timing, dedication, and effort. Over time, you're going to get better at it. The second thing we mentioned is to succeed in the market, you need to understand risk management, which is partitioning your money into smaller bits. The third thing we just spoke about now is what? The market owes you nothing. Now that leads us to the first thing on our list, which is what? Trading psychology matters a lot in the market. Yes, trading psychology. I've seen a lot of traders across board say things like trading psychology is useless, just have money, this, that. I promise you, from my studies, from my observations, from my close work with what some of the big traders in the industry, I've come to realize that what if you have the wrong mindset, you will never make it big in trading. It takes a particular mindset to what? Be successful in the market and to be consistently successful over a long period of time. Now, if you fail to what? Adopt this mindset, you're going to fail woefully in the market. Now, some of the human nature that affects us as traders is what? Things like fear, things like greed, things like hopefulness. Yes, being a normal human being, all of this is necessary to survive, to live. But being a trader, you should not be hopeful. It is against a trader rule to be hopeful on anything whatsoever. Do you understand me? As a trader, you need to have clear call out on trades. If it's going to buy, say it's going to buy. If it's going to sell, say it's going to sell. And let your system play out. Fearful. Fear simply means false evidence appearing real. When something is not real, it's you yourself, your anxiety, your head makes it look so real. For instance, you go into fight or flight mode when you see your trade moving in negative. But in reality, with or without that trade, you'll be surviving. So why are you afraid? If the money goes, you're still going to survive. If you make money on that money, you're still going to survive. If you make a lot of money and reinvest it on that business, you are still going to survive. So why are you being fearful? Why are you afraid? It is for you to follow a system, follow your risk management, and go into the market precise, day in, day out. The next one is greed. So many of us get greedy once we begin to make profit. We forget that the market owes you nothing, like I mentioned before. Once you make a certain amount of money in the market, take it and move on. There are traders who do 1:1 risk to reward and are profitable. Some do 1:2. I do 1:3. Some do 1:5, 1:10. But whatever works for you based on your system, take it and leave the market. Do not for any reason get hung up or get hooked. Yes, that's the word. Become a junkie for profit. No. Do not be addicted to profit. Profit is necessary for successful trading. But when you get addicted to it, you begin to cut out so many information on the chart and pay attention to only blues. That when you're in blues, you don't even see the market reversing if it's giving you a sign that's going to reverse. So that is another reason why you need to work on another part of yourself as a human. Now, all of this I mentioned and a lot more are always basic human metabolism, basic human build-up, basic. These are the things that make us who we are, define us as human beings. But in the market, you do not need them to survive. You need to learn how to control them and suppress them in all time, before a trade, in a trade, and after a trade. So that by no means would you be affected by human error. And finally, the last one is journal every single trade you take. Yes, journaling. This is the key between a successful trader and an unsuccessful trader. The ability to get data at any time, anywhere, when called upon, is what makes you successful above other people. We see so many scientists say, oh, we're doing XYZ sample size of data. We need 100 data, we need 1,000, we need 2,000. Why do you think they gather data, first of all? Before they administer a particular whatever into the world. Data is what builds up credibility, what builds up performance, what builds up excellence. If there is no data, there is no way you can succeed in anything. You need proper data to succeed in everything you do. So by journaling your trade, you can journal trades from 2-3 years ago, and in the next 4 years into your trading career, you can say, oh, how did I trade 2-3 years ago? What was I doing wrong? What am I doing now that is different? Okay, how can I do better in my year 5 in trading? How can I do better in my year 1 in trading? How can I do better in my year 2 in trading? Journaling is not different. It is not for a selective group of people. It is for every single one. And the funny thing is this, there is no precise requirement to journal a trade. Just express yourself. I tell our students a lot, express yourself when joining a trade. Okay, I felt this way before the trade. I felt this way in the trade. I felt this way after the trade. That is trade journaling. I made XYZ mistakes. I made XYZ decisions. This was the result of my decision making. Okay, it was a good one, it was a bad one. These things are important. Okay, I entered at this point. I exited at this point. These are the things that makes you a successful trader. When you look at this data over time, the next 1-2 months, you can effectively say, okay, yes, I made a wrong call this time and I've adjusted that result and now I'm making better ones. I promise you, if you pay attention to these 5 key tips going into your forex journey in the year 2026, you will make a lot of profit. If you have the right mindset coming in, if you stay committed to risk management, if you know that if you are aware that the market owes you nothing, and you work on your emotions, work on your psychology, work on your mentality before going to the market, and after all of this, you put them into writing or into a database, your result from your studies, you definitely will succeed in the forex market greatly by just doing these 5 tips. So see you guys on the next video where I'm going to be breaking down the chart and telling you guys the key fundamental principles of how to go into the forex market and make money day in, day out. For now, peace guys.